Hey, I am what you would call... I'm a small boy. I'm a small man. I used to be a much bigger bloke, and now I am an insect. I am an ant, and that's just how it is. Life comes, it ebbs, it flows, and sometimes you put in the work, you put in the hours, and other times you don't. And then you shrink in size, and that's kind of how it works. But today we're going to be talking about someone who is not small in any way, in their charisma, in their stature, in their build, in their talent, and in their legacy. And that is Tyson Fury. I'm going to say something here which a lot of people would probably say is controversial. And that is Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight of all time. Let the comments come. Let the comments go. I will validate this statement in the next minute and a half, and that is by saying this. I'm not even talking about his undefeated record, which is by the by, alright? It doesn't matter. Some of the best fighters of all times have had losses. It's not the most important thing. People come back from losses. People make themselves better. They improve. They grow. Tyson Fury's been able to do that without actually losing in the ring, but that really is not the most crucial point here. The point is, if you put Tyson Fury in the ring, with any heavyweight past or present, he wins. It doesn't matter who it is. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Joe Frazier, as well as dozens and dozens of all-time greats. He beats them all without a shadow of a doubt, and I think in most cases, he wins almost every round. Now, that's not saying that he's so much better than them. That's saying he would beat them if he fought them. And I think most people who watch boxing and heavyweight boxing in general, not just avid viewers, will know what I'm saying makes a lot of sense. He has the size, he has the speed, he has the talent, the agility. He has everything that heavyweight boxers generally don't have. Now, the question with Tyson Fury was whether he had the power of a true heavyweight. And I think in the last 2 years, 3 years, he's proven that he does have the power. He just knocked Dillian Whyte spark out. And I like Dillian Whyte. To be fair, he's one of the better heavyweights. He has a good personality. I like the bloke himself. But I think Dillian Whyte, he got to his level. And that was almost world class. Almost. That doesn't mean Dillian Whyte can't become a future world champion. I think he can. There's a chance he can. But not while Tyson Fury is still there, okay? If he's still boxing, no one has a chance. AJ is probably the closest you can get because of the sheer size and magnitude of that man in similarity to Tyson Fury's stature. Other than that, maybe Joe Joyce, but I can't see anyone in this generation being able to actually fight him and have a proper fighting performance and try and get something out of the fight. He wins. That's just what Tyson Fury does. He doesn't lose. He wins. And that is why I believe he would beat any heavyweight of any generation. When you talk about the best of all times of all weight classes, it gets a bit murky. But I think, for sure, Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight boxer ever. Now, when you talk about the cultural influence of these people, he doesn't really come close to a Mike Tyson or a Muhammad Ali. He doesn't. He doesn't. And he never will. But in terms of the boxing, in terms of the bread and butter of what these people do, I'm not sure there will be ever someone so dominant as Tyson Fury. And I don't think there will ever be anyone else who actually has this conversation said about them, which is, are they the best of all time? That will not come in the heavyweight division for generations. It will not happen for 20 years, 30 years. There will not be another Tyson Fury for decades. It's just what it is. Just acknowledge that we are watching greatness right now and live in the moment. Hey, if he can do the shit he's done, maybe we can do some other shit. You know, maybe not be world-class athletes and boxers. Maybe not that. But we can do our own stuff and become really, really good at what we do. Because if he's come back from what he's come back from, then I think it's kind of a message to everyone that you can achieve what you want to achieve. You just got to put in the hard work. Also, there's this thought of Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou. He's a big boy. Ngannou is a big boy. He's a big lad. I don't know if that would be the best option for Tyson Fury, But if he wants to do it, UFC champ, heavyweight champ of the world in boxing, I mean, it's a money fight either way. If it's about the money, he'll take that fight. If it's not about the money, he'll wait for USYK versus Joshua and still make a ton of money in the meantime by taking whoever wins that fight and becoming undisputed heavyweight champion of all time. And I think the last person who did that may have been Lennox Lewis. I think it was him. So it's really something that doesn't happen ever in the sport, especially in heavyweight boxing. So I'm excited to see what happens next with Tyson Fury. If he retires as the best of his generation. And in my eyes, the best boxer, heavyweight boxer of all time. So thank you for the ride. Thank you for the memories. And thank you for knocking some people's spark out. Because while it's always hard to watch, I'm sure it's even harder for them when they fall. Okay.